Hey y'all, welcome back to Prepping the Truth. Welcome to this evening's video. So I'm going to start off this video just a little bit different than I usually do, and I'm going to go ahead and give you a viewer discretion here. And not necessarily for the content, but to let you know that if you are one of those people that thinks there's no agenda, especially no global agenda, that most of the stuff we talk about have been conspiracies or still are conspiracies, you don't believe most of what you read, even if it's plastered right in front of your face, then this video will be upsetting for you, and it definitely probably will not be something that you actually want to sit here and waste your time watching. So you can go ahead and click that X button up above if you want to do that, or you can hang around and then you can leave a comment about something that you say I said was wrong or incorrect, even if it's right there in front of your face. So if you are one of those people that do believe that there is an agenda, especially a global agenda, and that it is happening right before our eyes, and they actually put some information out and tell us what is going on, then be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to share this video, because you know that we definitely need to get this out to everyone as possible, that we can get their eyes to open up and actually see what is happening. So let's get straight into this news article that's out. All right, we've all heard the situation where you're not going to own any, you're going to own nothing and be happy. We've heard of the we're not going to eat meat, we're all eventually going to turn into vegetarians, all that kind of stuff. But let's put a little bit of this together with some of the new information that has come out with some of the plans that are being set forth, even though they are more or less saying these are just made up stories. We've all heard that before too. Made up stories that somehow start happening and turn out to actually be a true story from their little ideology things that they like to put out. So this news article says by 2030 you will not eat meat and will only be allowed to buy 3 clothing items a year. That's what the report says. Let's get into this report, see what it actually is, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of information of who it is that is behind this report and what it might mean for you. So this report is published in 2019, but it was re-emphasized in 2023. And it recommends that by 2030, we will not be permitted to eat meat or dairy products. We will be limited to 3 items of new clothing per year, 1 airplane flight every 3 years, and it will start in the countries that consume the most. Well, America was turned from a manufacturing country to a consumer nation, where we just consume. So that would definitely mean that America would probably be one of the #1 countries that this would start at. Published in 2019, The Future of Urban Consumption in a 1.5 Celsius World. This report sets out targets for cities to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, consistent with the 2015 Paris Agreement ambitions. What this report aims to do is quantify and then suggest ways for city leaders to reduce consumption-based emissions. In other words, reduce what you and I consume, be it food, clothing, travel, etc., whatever it is. Control your life is another way to put that if you really want to get technical with it. The place to start, the press release has stated, is with those who consume the most, and the most in consumption-based emissions must be cut by at least 50% by 2030. The report outlines 6 sectors where the world's cities can take rapid action to address consumption-based emissions: food, construction, clothing, vehicles, aviation, and electronics. Guess what? You may not be allowed to own that iPad or that new iPhone because you're using stuff and causing consumption issues. Yeah, think about that. The Future of Urban Consumption in a 1.5 Celsius World was co-created and co-delivered by C40. Now, if you don't know who C40 is or what this group is, I'm going to get to that in just a little bit for you and let you have just a little bit of an idea of what is going on with this and who we're actually talking about. This claims to be an analysis, not a plan. We've heard that kind of stuff. But the tone of the report from the outset reads like a plan. So it's more put out as a plan than supposedly just an analysis of stuff that's happening and things that they could do to really help us. The report demonstrates that mayors have an even bigger role and opportunities to help avert climate emergency than is actually previously thought. While the analysis addresses big global questions, its purpose is to inspire practical action. So if this was just a storyline, why is its purpose actually to inspire practical action, to actually get something to happen? In C40 cities, they must have within the next 10 years, they're wanting this practical action to go into force. In our wealthiest and highest consuming cities, that means a reduction of 2/3 or more by 2030, says the executive director of C40. Now, this C40 group is what's really going to get you to seeing that this is more of an actual plan than a so-called scenario that they're just playing out in a book that's come out. C40 is a global network of mayors, actual mayors, representing 1/4 of the global economy. And it includes almost 100 cities plus 1,143 cities and local governments that have joined C40 Cities Race to Zero. The cities that sign up for the Cities Race to Zero commit, among others, to keeping the global heating below the 1.5 Celsius goal of the Paris Agreement. So they have all these guidelines, set out that they go by, that they want to put into practical action. So if this is not really that big of a deal, not actually something that is planned out to actually happen, why are they pushing it so much for something to actually go into force? So I am going to put a link down below to this article because it's a really long article. There's other groups, ARUP, however you say it, ARUP, Consumer-Based Emissions Report that they have put out. It is something that helps with emissions, helping with the global environment. And it's continuing its investment. In 2023, it put $300,000 this year into C40 to help drive the resilience and decarbonization in cities around the world. So they are putting money into this to push this agenda. So it's multiple groups that are actually doing this. But I'm going to put the links down below also to this news article so that you can read all of this news article if you want to, because this would probably be like a 20-minute video if I read every bit of it for you and stuff. So I'll let you go through it and you can kind of go through what you want to read and what you don't want to. But I'll also put a link to the C40 website so that you can see for yourself what this is actually, what this group actually is, what this group does, its plans, where they are located, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, Boston, Melbourne, Miami, Salvador, Bangkok. It's tons of mayors around the world that is pushing this. But C40 is a global network of mayors of the world's leading cities that are united in action to confront the climate cities. So Athens, New York City, Phoenix, all these places, all these mayors are together to help confront the climate crisis, and they want to put your life in this, I guess you could say, ball right here and tell you what you can and can't do. They want to tell you how many clothes you can buy, how many flights you can take, and they have very high ambitions on what they want done. I mean, the ambitions are just crazy. What we do, they tell you a little bit about what they do. What do they do? Well, one of their main thing is influencing the global agenda, global diplomacy and advocacy, global Green New Deal, cities race to zero. So all of this is stuff that they are in on, and this is their goal. So you can see who they are, what we do, their cities, and all of this information in the links down below in the description box. So if your eyes aren't open, maybe this will help to get them open. But if your eyes are open, you will see a little bit more of what is coming, what the plans is, and what they are talking about in these little round table meetings that they like to sit down and have. So thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Stay safe. God bless you. Keep prepping.